Welcome back YouTube, you have Ahmed again from In-Depth Tech Reviews, and in today's video I'm gonna make a comparison between Google Assistant and Samsung Bixby. I have here the latest flagship from each company. On the left I have the Pixel 3 XL that I will use for Google Assistant commands, and on the right I have the Galaxy S10 Plus that I will use for Bixby commands. To check which one is smarter and more useful. That's a really exciting comparison, so let's get started. First things first, I'm not gonna use any magic words for any of the assistants. To avoid triggering your assistant while watching my video, I will use the physical triggers. So let's start with the basic commands and then it will get harder as we move along. How many centimeters in 1 inch?
1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters.
That's pretty good. Let's try Samsung. How many centimeters in 1 inch?
It's approximately 2.54 centimeters.
So far so good on both devices. Let's try to take a picture. Take a selfie. Okay, that's pretty good. Take a selfie. Same. So let's try to take a photo with the back camera. Take a photo.
Opening app.
So here it switched it to the back camera and it took the photo. Let's try the Samsung. Take a photo. As you see, it's still stuck on the selfie camera because that was the last camera used in my previous command. But for the Samsung to be able to switch to the back camera or to make sure that the back camera will be used, you need to specify that. Take a photo with the back camera. You see, now switch it back to the back camera. So let's make it more complicated. Take a selfie in 10 seconds.
Opening app.
As you see, the timer is now set to 10 seconds instead of the 3 default seconds. Take a selfie in 10 seconds. So as you see, it completely ignored the amount of time I specified for taking the selfie, while on Google Assistant it took that in consideration, which is a lot better for me. So I think the Google Assistant wins in this category. So let's move on to the next one. Now I will start with some location-based commands. But before starting, let me show you that in Google Maps I saved my home address and my work address in the app. Also, same in Bixby. If we go to Bixby Home and then Settings, and then I go to my account and then Places, you will see that my home and my work as well are showing here. Also on the S10 Plus, if you go to Maps, because I'm using the same Google account, so again my home and my work are saved. So let's try some commands to see which one will be better. Take me to work.
Alright, work.
So as you see here, it started the navigation to my work location. So let's try on the Samsung. Take me to work.
I didn't understand that.
Didn't understand. Let's try again. Take me to work.
I didn't understand that.
So it didn't understand that. So again, Google Assistant is better here. So let's try one more location-based commands. Show me the nearest supermarkets.
I found a few supermarkets near you.
Let's try here. Show me the nearest supermarkets.
I didn't understand that.
Didn't understand that. So that's really dumb. While Google Assistant was really smart in handling my commands. Let's try one more thing. Navigate to the nearest supermarket.
Alright, Carrefour Market.
So yes, that's pretty accurate. That's the nearest supermarket to my location now. Navigate to the nearest supermarket.
Here's what I found online.
Actually, it's showing here, it actually didn't navigate first of all, and the things it's showing is just a web search and it's not accurate. So it shows here things that not related to any of the supermarkets near to me right now. Let's make it more complicated and see if Google Assistant will be able to handle this. Remind me to buy milk when I'm at a supermarket.
I found a couple options. The first is Carrefour Market at Remram Community Center. Do you mean this place?
Yes.
Sure, I'll remind you when you get to Carrefour Market at Remram Community Center.
That's really smart. When I tried this command on Google Assistant, I didn't expect to be that smart. So let's try that on the Samsung. Remind me to buy milk when I'm at a supermarket.
That's been saved.
As you see here, the reminder is just set with the subject, buy milk when I'm at a supermarket, but it didn't actually link it to any location, or it didn't ask me which supermarket you want me to link to your reminder. So again, Google Assistant was a lot better here. So let's move on to the next category. Let's try some commands related to the clock. So I will start with the timer. Set a timer for 10 seconds. So it's now set. It didn't give any voice feedback, but the timer is running as you see in the notification center, and I can pause it or reset it if I want to. Let's try that on the Samsung. Set a timer for 10 seconds.
Timer has started.
So again, the timer is started here without any issues on both phones. While on Google Assistant, I don't know why it didn't give me any voice feedback, but anyways, it worked on both of them. So let's start another command related to the clock. Set alarm after 1 hour. So as you see here, it set the alarm after 1 hour from now, but again, it didn't give me any voice feedback, but the alarm has been set as you see here. Okay, so let's try that on the Samsung. Set alarm after 1 hour.
What time would you like to set the alarm for?
So I already mentioned what time I need my alarm to be for. However, it didn't understand the word 1 hour. So you have to set that manually. Let's try another command. Set the alarm at 7:30 p.m.
The alarm set for 48 minutes from now is already turned on.
So as you see, you have to specify the actual time. You cannot say 1 or 2 hours from now. So it's a lot smarter again on the Google Assistant. So let's move on to the next category. Now I will start with the reminder commands. Remind me to call my friend after 1 hour from now.
Sure, I'll remind you at 7:45 p.m.
That's pretty awesome. Let's move on to the Samsung. Remind me to call my friend 1 hour from now.
Done. Reminder saved.
Let's try it again. I think it didn't hear me well. Remind me to call my friend after 1 hour from now.
I need a date interval, date time, or date time interval to continue.
I don't know why I didn't understand it now. Remind me to call my friend at 8 p.m.
That's been saved.
So again, you have to be very precise when dealing with Bixby. You have to specify the actual time. Again, it didn't understand 1 hour from now. So let's move on to the next reminder. Remember that my keys are on the nightstand.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Let's check if it remembers. Where are my keys?
I remember you told me. My keys on the nightstand.
So that's pretty nice. If you want to ask a Google Assistant to remind you of something later, you will be able to get back to it easily. That's really a nice feature. Let's try that on the Samsung. Remember that my keys are on the nightstand.
What do you want the reminder to say?
Let's try again. Remember that my keys are on the nightstand.
What do you want the reminder to say?
So again, Bixby is still dumb when it's compared to Google Assistant. So in this category as well, Google Assistant was a lot better. So let's move on to the next one. In this category, I will compare how each device will deal with your smart devices. I have here multiple smart bulbs around the house. So let me show you this on the Google Home app. I have here 2 lights in the living room and 3 lights in the office. Same thing on the Samsung. If we go to smart things, I added actually 3 smart bulbs here for the sake of comparison. So let's check how each device will deal with them. Turn on my office lights.
Okay, turning 3 lights on.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's try here. Turn on my office lights.
2 dimmers are already on in the office.
Turn off my lights.
Which location would you like?
So I will choose office.
Sure, turning off 2 dimmers in the office.
So both of them worked pretty good. So no complaints here in this category. But now I will start to make it more complicated for both devices by asking them to do 2 different commands at the same time. Turn on my office lights and set the timer for 10 seconds.
You got it, turning 3 lights on. Okay, 10 seconds. Starting now.
So as you see, Google Assistant started the timer for 10 seconds and turned on the lights at the same time. So that's a really nice feature. I use it a lot. Sometimes I ask Google Assistant to do 2 commands while I'm driving or something. So let's try the same thing on the Samsung. Turn on my office lights and set the timer for 10 seconds.
Turns out the light doesn't support that feature.
So it seems like it understood that I want my lights to be set for 10 seconds, which is not what I mean. So let's try again. Set the timer for 10 seconds and turn off my office lights. So it only turned on the timer, however, it didn't actually turn off the office lights. Everything is switched on as it is. Turn off the office lights.
2 dimmers are already off in the office.
Okay, so as you see, you cannot give it more than 1 command at a time, which is also lags behind Google Assistant. So that's very obvious that Google Assistant is a lot smarter than Bixby. So let's move on to some other commands. Here I'm gonna try some random commands to see how they will respond to it. Download Modern Combat 5 from Play Store. So here it showed me the install button. If I just hit install, it took me to the Google Play page. It didn't actually install the game, so I have to press that myself. However, it's actually saved you some steps. Download Modern Combat 5 from Play Store.
I didn't understand that.
So it didn't understand. So again, Google Assistant is better. Let's try some commands related to YouTube. Play 4K videos on YouTube.
Okay, here's 4K videos on YouTube.
So that was pretty accurate. Let's try that on the Samsung. Play 4K videos on YouTube.
I didn't understand that.
Again, still not working. So here I'm done with all the commands I have, and you got the idea that Google Assistant is definitely a lot smarter than Samsung Bixby. However, you still can use Google Assistant on your Samsung Galaxy device if you press and hold on the home button. And also, I think there are third-party apps that can map this Bixby button to Google Assistant, which I think it's worth doing because Bixby is not as good as Google Assistant. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you like my video, and if you do, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching.